Chapter 3. Detour. Approaching the fork in the road with the right path leading to the central Langer village and the left, the mountainous woods of the known unknown, Kai remembered his father's words. Bard is waiting for you with 11 drengs. A picture of Bard's stoic expression flashed in his mind. While he fully intended to show for his rite of passage, as neglecting to do so guaranteed banishment from his people, something inside him was drawing him in the other direction. Each second he stood in front of the split path felt like minutes passing. Time went fast, his heartbeat faster. "Okay, I'll drop in for 2 seconds. What harm can it do?" he said to himself, as his legs took him right, and he quickly began to pick up his pace. He assumed most villagers were probably at the training grounds at this hour, and remembered Tora's hut being closer to the outskirts of the community. Plus, he knew the secret way into the village through means of concealing himself between the thick pines and oaks on the northern mountain slope. This led him to the outskirts of the village, the place where Tora lived. The closer he approached the village, the quieter his steps became as he hugged the walls of fog he passed through. The wind was still. "Caw!" Kai jumped. Looking up, he saw a crow stirring above a great oak tree. Relieved, he continued walking. Emerging from the woods, yet still partially concealed by the fog, he recognized the Ingrid's hut. Located on the edge of the birch grove, it had the same thatched roof and worn wood as the other nearby huts. Creeping quietly, he made his approach, cautious and careful not to be spotted. As he got closer, he saw a figure tipping a bucket onto the crops outside. While the fog made it difficult to spot who it was standing outside, Kai was aware by the way this person moved that it was Tora. Picking up some pebbles, he threw them in her direction. Almost immediately, she looked up and began squinting her eyes. "Tora!" Kai quietly hissed. Of course, Tora knew this day was the beginning of Kai's path, and so had taken the initiative to water her father's crops in anticipation that Kai might come. Looking to her left and then to her right, Tora quickly, and with as much subtlety as she could, began walking to the edge of the forest where Kai stood waiting by the creek. When she got within hearing distance, Kai blurted out, "What took you so long?" "You're not supposed to be here," she responded with exactitude. "And I suppose it's just a coincidence that you happen to be here farming today?" he replied with a smirk. "Plants need water. Am I to assume plants are the only things with needs?" Tora paused and looked at Kai with a sad sense of longing, yet slightly firm in her resolve not to lose her composure. "Yes," she said, unflinching. Kai pulled her in and kissed her gently on the forehead. Though time seemed to leap in front of him at a pace he couldn't catch at the fork in the road, it was at this time, and in this moment, if even for a split second, that time stood still. Kai knew he had to move forward and recalibrate his focus, that to allow himself to become too moved in this moment would mean to lose his edge, his direction, his purpose, and thus his chances of ever returning from the path. Squeezing her hand, he felt her slip a string-like object that felt coarse and tough on his skin into his hand. Gripping it, he gave her a look of encouragement, as if to say, "Your confidence in me will be my confidence on the path," and before looking away, caught a glimpse of her responding with an almost happy look of pure trust. This look he took with him, and it gave him the heart he needed to sustain him as he made his departure.